Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Spice Must Roll, our weekly TTRPG space broadcast. Welcome to the season finale of Season 1 of Gray Topaz, our Mecha-based TTRPG set with using the Stars Without Numbers system. So welcome. It's going to be a cliffhanger. I told the cast already several weeks ago that it's going to be a cliffhanger ending. So you better watch season 2. That's all I'm going to say. It's like I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger so that the producers re-sign us for season 2. But I am the producers and I don't make any money off of this. So season 2 it is. Make you want to watch it. Welcome, everybody. My name is Paul. I am the game master here for the Spice Must Roll, and we'll be back after this season. We've got some more stuff coming up for you, and this crew will be back here in the near future. But first, let's get to know the crew a little bit better. Let's start with Mr. Atomic Zero. Who are you?
Hey, everybody.
Where can they find you, and who do you play here on the Gray Topaz?
Hey everybody, I'm Atomic Zero. I'm a small-time Twitch streamer over at twitch.tv/Atomic Zero. Also, 1/3 of the leadership team of Shared Experience, which is another TTRPG channel over on the Twitch. I play Arthur Greason, who is a planet-side homebody from a desert world who's kind of having a midlife crisis due to a very special mech he found and decided to run away from everything he knew to try to join a mercenary group. See what happens. So far, it's been a colorful experience.
It's been 1 week.
Next, let's talk to the man who's hiding his head because his head is glorious and should be shown off to the world. He only hides it because we make fun of him. Mr. Wolf's Blood, who are you? What do you do? Who are you? What's your content outside of the Gray Topaz? And who do you play here on the Gray Topaz?
So I don't have any content outside of the Gray Topaz now. In fact, I'm so upset with the season ending that I shaved my head in protest that we are going to be ending the show so soon.
He's being modest. He actually turned into Professor Xavier, so he's going to try to mind control me to continue the season.
Wait a minute, what happened to discount Lex Luthor?
Yeah,
I mean that works too.
I'm a good guy. I'm a villain. I'm a cross between a good guy and a villain. I'm so confused. Find me over on Jack's channel. Find me over on Shared Experience or on the Twitters. All those things. And Thomas is just sitting. Oh, yeah. I'm just sitting here going, I don't even know what to do next because Thomas hasn't stabbed anybody in the ass in about 3 weeks.
There's been no new rule for Thomas in the last 2 episodes.
It's been a while.
I know, it's weird.
I'm a little disappointed. I got to admit it.
We're going to make up for it today.
Well,
speaking of which, I say to be fair, we have a new captain now for the ship who has to make the rules.
Ooh.
There you
go. Speaking of captains, Mark, who are you? Where can they find you? And of course, who do you play here on the Gray Topaz?
Hi, so my name is KOEG on YouTube, or you guys can just know me as Mark here on Twitch. So I am playing Darian Clays, who is now the new captain of the Gray Topaz. I'm still, trying to figure out how that happened on me. It just sort of did. Basically, I am the budget Han Solo who likes to talk his way into things and shoot his way out, but also, yeah, that's really it. A pilot.
All right. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, but certainly the most comfy looking member of the cast this morning, Mr. Cyclone Jack. Who are you? Where can they find you? And who do you play here on the Gray Topaz?
How's it going, everybody? My name is Cyclone Jack. I'm a full-time content creator over here on Twitch. I'm also a Black Rifle Coffee Club streamer. Spent 15 years as a firefighter EMT, competitive mech pilot, former competitive Overwatch player, and current GTA RP enthusiast. So you can find me over on twitch.tv/CycloneJack. And here I play Stephen Rains, the former reluctant captain of the Gray Topaz, now crewman, and can we comfortably say Trigger Man?
Yeah.
Thing? All right, there you go.
There you
Trigger
go.
Man.
All right. Last we left, you guys were on a job given to you by Count Gurzel of the Xeno Empire. Specifically, he's looking for you to capture an FMC leader. The FMC being a group that has tried to kill you twice. And they seem to be having their hands in all sorts of naughty business all over the sector. So you were told to go find an FMC leader who Thomas had recognized as a member of the Children of Gaia, of the followers of Gaia, who he knew when he was part of the church, and now is somehow involved in this. So you've got when you went to Badger Base, got attacked on the way there, managed to defeat the enemy ship who was attacking you, captured a member of the followers of Gaia who was on a pilgrimage on a mission to the war-torn planet in the system. And actually had contacts with the man you were trying to find. So last we left, you guys were debating whether to let you let Stella escort the guy to meet up with Charles Mason. So. Who's the contact whom you may or may not supposed to be capturing. So, come up with y'all watching the feed from Stella, because you can hear and see what she sees. And Thomas, you can't feel Stella, which feels weird to you because up to this point you've been able to feel every her on the ship as well as the ship. But the second she steps off the ship, it's just like there's a connection that's been severed. Man, I am blanking on where we left. We just left off with him contacting him, right?
We left off with him contacting him. Stella and him are walking off the ship, and then we were looking at the feed, following, or we're going to attempt to follow closely behind is what it was going to be.
Yeah, because we sent Stella along to try to be as least suspicious as possible.
Yeah, and you guys are slow. You guys are falling behind her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I want to know right now what you guys are taking with you on off the ship.
Darren is just taking himself and his knife as usual.
Okay.
I won't be taking anything.
Okay.
Knife.
Nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual.
The old butt stabber.
Ye old butt stabber never leads to my side.
So here's the funny story. I never actually got gear for Steve.
Oh, that's because you can pull any gear you really need to, any basic gear, any tier 3 gear from the armory on board the ship. So
okay, I guess some like low key body armor.
Okay.
Like a second chance vest.
Okay. Let me see the actual stats for that real quick. And a blade. Okay.
Yeah, and a blade.
That's like the idea of like the three of us coming off like basically nothing visual, and then you see Steve like.
Yeah, walking off with a sniper rifle and assault rifle and just like whoa.
A full helmet on.
It's alright, they'll never see me coming. It's
Plate
fine.
mail, just like.
That is kind of your character though. Like you can literally You could walk around with like the entire National Guard armory on your back, and they won't see you, and you can attack them first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, where's Steve? I'm always here. Ah!
Yeah, I'm always listening. You just don't know I'm here. Actually, is there like a small like pistol I could carry on me, like a concealed carry pistol?
Yeah. Let me get the stuff up
So yeah,
real quick.
a combat boot knife and concealed carry pistol, and like the small on my back with like a second chance Kevlar vest or piece of body armor, and we'll call it a day.
Do you have rope?
Do I have rope?
Yep.
Here goes your stinking rope.
We don't really need rope.
Hey,
I always need rope.
Okay,
No,
so
I
Did you ever see the
force
movies?
carry
They
'em.
always have rope.
I can just like force carry him.
the armor you have is a woven body armor. So it's tier 3. It's basically like a vest, like a second chance vest or a stab vest or something like that. It's armor class 15, and then ranged weapons. I'm looking for tier 3, tech level 3. No, I want an advanced bow.
Okay.
Just a semi-auto pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so armor weave. What does that do for me?
It gives you plus 15 armor class. It gives you 15 armor class. And then I'll post you the semi-auto pistol. You just like not a revolver, right? Like an automatic pistol or a revolver.
Like a Glock.
Okay, yeah. So this
Like
is the stats.
Your typical Glock 19.
These are the stats. I'm going to put into you in a private message. That's the stats for the semi-auto.
Okay, thank you, sir.
That's the 75 is the cost. But you have 12 rounds per magazine, and how the weapons work is you don't have to like reload necessarily, but you have to do an ammo check like with all weapons. You have to do an ammo check to see how much ammo you have left at the end of a fight. Double check that for sure.
Okay, so 1d6 plus 1 damage, range 30 to 100. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, I managed to expand that on.
Okay. I think this actually has a burst mode. I'm sure. No, it doesn't.
And I have woven body armor, right?
Mm-hmm. Woven body armor. All right, and the rest of y'all have the melee weapons, which are I'm guessing the small advanced weapons as you guys are playing them as, right? Okay, so you all are heading off the ship, following Stella. Can you give me a stealth check, a sneak check for me?
Boof.
Ah, I did better.
Ooh, there's a ghost.
I'm not mad at that.
For whatever reason, it's not allowing me to adjust my armor class and my core statistics. But here's your.
Oh, just under armor class, you just make sure you have the you click the little pencil on the screen, and it should let you edit it. Otherwise, it's next to the PC NPC switch, and then you should be able to see the armor class then there.
Oh, there it is.
All right. So,
So well.
Darian and Arthur. Oof. All right. So, y'all are heading in to y'all heading into the station, and you find it's very the place is built like most places in this sector. It's built to handle small like light mechs, because most of the work has been done by construction mechs and such like that. So like it's an asteroid that's been carved out, which with like these like 10-foot tall ceilings, between 10 and 20 feet tall kind of ceiling. So it's pretty tall, like a story or two. And in the like some steps go up to to a second story where you can see some like rooms have carved out into the rock. But it's really, really not busy. There's a couple people wandering around, but most of them seem to be transient, like people who are coming in, dropping off stuff and leaving. There doesn't seem to be very many people who are like in administration. Thomas already met the dockmaster who won't talk with him anymore. And Stella is kind of sticking out because there's really no other bots that are nearby. There's no robots that are walking around. She's the only one. So you follow Stella close behind, and you notice that the guy you rescued is just kind of quiet as he's walking around, kind of looking around, trying to find stuff. And eventually he leads off down a corridor where there's less and less people and ends up in a cargo bay where there's large boxes marked with followers of Gaia marked all over the stuff. These are just large like crates and such. And there in the center of the room, just kind of leaned up against the box with his arms crossed, looking like he's just bored, is Charles, the man you've been seeing in that 3D image, and the one that you had been sent here to follow. You guys do anything as Stella and the guy approach?
So we're just at a visual range, right?
Yeah.
At this point, or
you can see him, but so like here's Stella and the guy. You guys are like way back here, so you can see everything that's going on, but you're far enough away that you're not really drawing a lot of attention.
I'd be waiting until Darian basically did or said something.
Yeah, I glanced at Darian and I kind of just keep approaching with the group, stopping with the group, kind of just.
Yeah, so basically, at this point, Darian is he's not trying to hide, but what he is trying to do is he's just trying to stay out of sight, so that way it doesn't draw any suspicion. So he's just trying to stay within visual range until, either something goes wrong with Stella or they start to walk off.
Okay, so you're just waiting to see for them to. Okay, so
yeah.
You guys hear the audio and you're able to see some of the video on your kind of your pads of her walking up behind the guy. The guy walks up and they have a conversation. It goes something to the effect of, "Where's the rest of your crew?" And the guy says, "Oh, long story, but the people you set us up with, they attacked another ship." And he goes, "You mean the Gray Topaz?" Yeah, they attacked. Huh? I know who they are, and they were on my orders to do that in the first place. Why? We don't believe in violence. We're pacifists. And the guy Charles laughs and just, "Kid, you got a lot to learn. The universe is not a peaceful place. And sometimes you need violence to get the right message across. In this case, it didn't seem to work." And he looks over at Stella and goes, "I know you're watching me. I know who this is. And you're not going to take me. I don't care what they paid you." Then looks back over at the guy and says, "You're not involved in this really. Here." And he hands him something. "Your ship leaves in about 20 minutes. Head to that dock." And then looks back at Stella. It feels like he's looking intently at y'all, going, "I know you're around here somewhere."
So Darian basically just starts walking towards him at this point, with his arms kind of shrugging. He's kind of like, yeah, you saw it right through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just have basically be prepared that if Charles tries to run or do anything violent, I'm just gonna telekinetic manipulate him.
Okay.
Since I could do it, I have a distance of unaided eye, so I'm just gonna be as if anything goes hanky.
Got it.
See, I'm gonna take it a bit of a different route. If I see that motherfucker, pardon me, that individual run. Sorry, I got a little agitated there. Apologies. I'm gonna kneecap him.
Okay. All right, you can try.
I'm gonna.
Yes. I
I'm
can.
circling around behind. I'm gonna take advantage of that wonderful stealth that I managed to get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle around behind him
Okay.
and try to cut off any avenue of escape to his rear.
So Darian, you're approaching him like arms up, kind of thing.
It's kind of like, just shrugging, like,
Yeah. All right. He sees you walk up and he approaches you a little bit with his arms crossed still and looks at you and goes, "Which one are you?"
There.
What are you?
Darian Clays.
Oh, the courier. I don't know what he told you.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're here. I know who you are and I know why you're here, but I don't know why you're listening to the corrupted fools over at the Xeno Empire.
And I want to know why you chose to have us killed before we had a conversation.
Because you're here to take me alive, and I can't let that happen.
Well, there's a certain thing that I'm sure you're aware of. There seems to be that no one else seems to be hiding it. It's not like we have to. Well, we're tracers. We do things by contract. And if you have a better offer, then that's it. There's nothing more to discuss. You have a better offer, we put the other one on standby.
Tracers, he kind of spits at the ground. You're corrupted as well. All of you are. You don't understand the universe that you're messing with. The things and powers that are controlling you like puppets.
And what you don't seem to understand is I don't care.
And that's the problem. He kind of shrugs. As he says that, he shrugs and just kind of moves his head a little bit, and then lets you continue to talk.
You see, whatever it is you're dealing with, I just so happened to luck into the role of a tracer. I didn't choose to become it. I went from being, as you call, just a simple courier, to what I am now. How? Your guess is as good as mine. But now I use it to my advantage. I say things. I speak. And I'm sure the world has not been kind to you. But now I'm going to give you the option. Draw up a contract. Because money talks. And I'm sure you're aware of that, considering the fact that you hired such gracious hosts for your young friend over there.
Can everyone give me a notice check?
Who will give you a notice check?
Everybody.
Everyone. Should that be a wisdom-based notice check?
Yes, it should be wisdom based. Let me see what the.
Oh,
I think Thomas, you're just put just a 7 instead of an 8 then?
Yeah, just 7.
yeah. 7.
Eight.
Okay, so Thomas, as you're circling around, you also have alert, which means you can't be surprised. As you're circling around, Thomas, you see kind of like in the shadows 2 dudes with submachine guns, full armor, just waiting, like kind of moving into position from. Like, if you're coming in, if they're having this conversation here and you came in from the right, they're moving in from the left. Like, as you're turning the corner, you can see them, like, moving their way into position to the left. And Steve, you see it. Your elf eyes see far.
My surprise. All right, so I'd
All
like to use first my ability to I go first, and second my level 2 assassin ability and my level 1 assassin ability to move with my sneak,
Okay.
keep myself hidden and stealthy, and my execution attack to
Which is
drop one of the submachine gun guys.
It automatically hits. Just roll the damage.
We're just having a nice conversation. It wasn't me.
Shit.
3 damage.
Well, it's a primitive weapon. You hit the wrong one.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
reason
yeah,
why.
No, I'm not making noise. I'm using my knife.
Oh, you're running up and you're stabbing them. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm sneaking up behind him and I'm literally gutting him and just dropping him to the ground in the shadows.
Okay.
That's so much
see.
better.
Let me see his. Yeah, because I just fucking round goes off.
No.
He's gonna have some guy screaming, my guts, oh my god, my guts.
No. Sneak up behind him, grab him by the forehead, draw his neck, draw the blade across his neck, and just drop the body.
He's down.
Yeah.
He's down. You drop the one, and the other one. Let me see if I can, because they're like right next to each other. I'm assuming you go after the one that's like at the back, sort of thing, first.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up, sneak up, and you just quick down. He's down. Let me see if the guy actually notices you.
Do you want a reflexive sneak, or do you want to use my old sneak roll?
Yeah, your old sneak roll is fine. That was for this reason. So, notice, submit, wisdom.
There's an 11.
Nope. He doesn't notice it. So you took one down.
So quietly over Vox comms, mark it down.
All right, so
What you
I
mean,
am assuming that I just watched Steve do this since I had eyeballs on those guys, right?
Yeah. You don't. Steve seems to like just it come out of nowhere. Like you see them, you're tracking them, and suddenly like out of the shadows, you see Steve kind of like, and then like Metal Gear Solid him back into the shadows as he just disappears.
How far away am I from the other guy, and how far away am I from Charles?
You're probably a good 4 meters away from the guy, and Charles is about 10 meters away.
Oh, so Charles is not in between?
No, it's like you circled around, like they were behind Charles, behind like some of the crates behind Charles. Like they were hiding around that back. So when you were sneaking around Charles, you saw them kind of setting up.
Is there anything in reach that I can throw?
Yes, some improvised, just like
Yep.
boxes, small boxes, some tools that are hanging around.
I am just going to grab something. I am grabbing the nearest object at hand. I have no intention of doing any damage. However, I am going to wing it at the other dude's head.
All right, give me a improvised throw, which is. Let me get the.
Oh God, what would that be?
It would be a unarmed or a small primitive weapon. So it's a 1d4 damage. But it would be dexterity.
Oh, I'm really not even trying to do. I just want to distract the shit out of him. I'm not trying to hurt him.
It's dexterity. It's a dexterity roll plus
Whoops.
melee weapon, I think.
All right, so where am I doing that at?
Just roll a roll a shoot with dexterity.
Roll a what now?
A shoot.
Shoot check.
Shoot.
check.
Okay.
Thank
And add
you.
dexterity.
Do you have authorization to be inside the document?
I did a 7.
Loitering is a violation.
So yeah, you actually don't get through his armor, his AC,
Nope.
so you miss. But close. You're still very close. You wing it, and it just like clatters. You like take out a hammer, grab a hammer, and you just toss it at him, and it just kind of flops around in the air, and then really smacks against a box, and then just clatters to the ground. And he turns around and looks at you, and then raises his submachine gun. In the meantime, Darian, Charles kind of has his arms crossed in front of you and goes, Darian, there are forces at play here which you don't understand. You can take me in, but all you're doing is delaying the inevitable betrayal that you yourself will feature, like all tracers will. It's a job. I get it. But this job isn't worth it. Trust me.
And you say the job isn't worth it, but I'm getting paid. Now, let me explain a couple of things here. Forces that are inevitably at play, you might be right about that. In the last, given week or so, I've seen things that, well, quite frankly, places that I've been before are now a little bit stranger than I care to admit. I've seen giant woolly mammoth style things. You may not know what they are because you might have skipped your history lessons, but I read in a book once that they were extinct creatures, as we all will one day. Now, listen. There are many ways to get what you want. And I'm sure you're aware of this. You have paid your way, you have killed your way for your teachings, whatever they might be. But you now have an option. You can allow us to nullify our previous contract, the one that I'm sure you're well aware of, because somehow you seem to know that we were hired in the first place to come after you. It seems that you know our employer. So then you must know that we tried to kill him too, all for the contract. We're mercenaries, as far as I understand it. So like mercenaries, pay us, and our work goes to the highest bidder. And you won't find yourself extinct.
You see him kind of look down. He sighs. It seems like he's thinking about something, and then he kind of tilts his head and puts his finger and goes, "The fuck are you doing?" And immediately goes for his inside his jacket to pull out a pistol. So you have a moment before that. You hold him, Arthur.
Yeah, like hands goes in and then he just stops moving. I'd be like, Darian, I may have control of him, so whatever you want to do, he can't do anything.
So you see him kind of reach in and go, oh, and then just pause for a moment. Then you hear Arthur come over your comms telling you that.
Just FYI, he's not gonna move much.
Well, that's all Darian says.
Okay. As you say that, Steve, you hear as the guy turns and points his SMG at Thomas. You hear him kind of lean over and be like, I'm being outflanked. What do I do? What do I do? Hello? And you have a moment of pause before anything happens. What do you do at this moment?
I immediately jump on the initiative. My left arm wraps around the gentleman's face,
Okay.
I'm grabbing the strap of the SMG, which I use that as a noose to rip across his neck, and I slide the length of my blade into the gentleman's spinal column.
Woo. Okay. Roll it.
Ow. Remember, kids, don't stab him in the ass. Stab him in the spinal
Stab him
column.
in the spine.
There you go.
He's dead.
Oh my god.
He's dead.
Good rule.
You killed him.
I don't even hide this one. I make sure it's out in the open, and the guy that we're holding can see it as I literally just let him go.
Okay. So you just drop it in front of the guy you're holding. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Intimidation 101, folks.
So you just walk out of the shadows now, both of you guys?
I'm gonna go stab him in the ass.
Wait, the guy I'm holding?
Yeah.
If I see that, I'm lifting him up out of arm's reach. Like, whoop, no. No.
No. You see Thomas come up. You see Thomas come up with a knife, and you're like, nope. And you just Darren, you just see this guy, this guy with his gun, just start levitating off the ground about 8 feet. And you hear Stephen go shout. You hear Stephen shout, "Rule number 2!"
Thomas.
Darian, should we just go back to the ship now? Do we have him? We can just leave.
Don't say we didn't try. Let him down first, and we're going to disarm him, and then, well, I guess we'll take it from there.
I walk up to him as he's still held, and I wipe the blood off my blade on his shirt.
Okay.
You drop this.
As you disarm him and you're holding him there, you hear the sounds of sirens, and the all the lighting switches from normal lighting to kind of like a crimson, like a low crimson.
That's good.
And you hear through the speakers.
Please move quickly to the local shelter. This is an emergency. Please move quickly to the local shelter. This is an emergency.
Time to go, boys.
Let's get to the ship.
You guys move to the ship.
Also, can we make sure he doesn't get to run anywhere if we lose track of him for a second?
Who's the guy I'm holding? He's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
there,
gonna
just in case
he's gonna be floating his way back to ship. It's fine.
But just in case you lose concentration for a second.
Make sure I don't lose concentration. No, you're not stabbing him in the ass.
All right, with that, I'm going to take a quick break on this because I need to use the restroom. So don't go anywhere quite yet, and then we'll continue on this journey as things go weird suddenly. Be right back, guys.
Just run.
Loitering is a crime, punishable by death. Please make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay. Always proceed directly to your allotted bay to avoid unnecessary delays and/or ship destruction. unblock the access corridor. Check. Check again. Unauthorized loitering may trigger a lethal response.
All right, we're back. So, the mood lighting kicks on. You guys get this this alert that you should be going to a shelters, and you guys are heading back to the ship.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Full tilt.
Okay. So as you're running back to the ship, as the sirens are blaring, you notice that no one's in the corridor. Before there was just a smattering of people. Now there's nobody. And as you run and you round the corner, you see in front of you two guys. These two are in full. Let's see the actual
Be aware of
armor stat.
in the access.
Good.
Observe minimum
Full powered armor. Let's see what kind of power armor it is.
for your convenience and safety. Pacification
Where are you?
are active and tracking at this station.
Uh,
Be aware of oncoming traffic in the access. Observe minimum.
yeah, they're basic assault suits. They're an old style of power armor, which is designed as kind of like frontline infantry, like specialized frontline infantry. So they're carrying, but they both carry shotguns with them. But they look like they're very old armor, which is being used. Like you can even still see part of the old mandate symbol etched onto it, meaning this is like a 200, 300-year-old armor that they're wearing. It's not even a newer production. They're standing in front of your dock as you guys are running around, and you take the corner. You see them standing there with shotguns.
I see. So, it looks like you have your.
Noticed this yet, or never mind. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, looks like you have your friends waiting for us. I'm prepared for this.
He's still being held by Arthur, so he can't speak.
So wasn't expecting a reply.
Okay.
Welcome to our station.
Nothing else happened. They're just standing there.
Are they?
Like
Do they see us at this point, or is it?
You can't
Like,
tell.
are we,
If they have seen you, they're not making any direction towards
Okay.
you or make any indication of it.
I'm gonna reflectively sneak so they
Roll
don't
it.
spot me.
Roll it.
We just walk on the ship,
12.
maybe?
Okay, yeah. So you guys turn the corner, like can kind of come to a stop, and as you come to a stop, Steve just kind of dives into some shadows and disappears.
This station operates under a docking reservation.
Can I feel the ship from here?
Ensure you have
Yes, you could feel the ship this entire time, but you couldn't feel Stella when she stepped off the ship.
All right. I am backing up, back around the corner. I'm letting Arthur and Daring go ahead of me. I'm going to warm up the mechs. I'm just going to start getting everything ready to go just in case.
Oh, you're doing
I
it
don't
remotely?
know, but it seems. Yeah.
Okay, give me a good roll for this one. This is a very good one. Let's do a program check. +1 to your program check because you're connected. Let's just say from now on you have just a flat +1 to your programming anytime it deals with the ship.
Oops. There we go. 7.
Okay. So you've never done this before, so as you're doing this, you're trying to figure out how to do it, and you're trying to like think of the right way of doing it, and you're getting there, but you realize it's going to take you probably a little bit of time, effectively, like 4 or 5 minutes to warm them up.
Okay.
I'm
going to start the process.
Okay.
I'm sneaking back towards the ship.
Okay.
My thought process is get past these guys, get into my battle suit, and make a distraction for them to get free.
Okay. Give me another sneak check.
Okay.
+2 because you already passed the last one.
Okay.
Do it, Steve.
What
You're
is
good?
12?
Yeah. So you sneak by them. They don't seem to notice you, as far as you can tell. And you sneak in towards the door. Now you do know that if the second you open that hangar to get in, they'll know that you've opened the hangar. They'll probably notice you because it's a pretty loud process. It's not subtle.
Is there another way I can get in other than through that door or no?
Give me a notice check, or no check, one of the two. Excuse me.
Bless you. It's a 6 on notice.
Sorry again. There's an emergency access hatch that you can do, but you're going to have to be. You're gonna have to do a fixed check to be able to open it up silently and then crawl through it.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Be aware of oncoming traffic.
5.
All right. So
Wait.
you think you got it. You remove the thing, and as you're like, yes, and you go to put it down, it's just a big clank, really loudly as you put it down, and you hear one of the voices, one of the suits go,
Hey, what's that? And turns around.
and it's staring directly at you. For like the split second of noticing you're there.
Okay. I'm in and close the hatch.
Okay, as you're moving your way in, he's going to take a shot at you. So,
Okay.
Welcome to our station.
Make sure this is the right one.
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal infractions. Obey station law.
Please don't blow my brains out. Please don't blow my brains out.
That's the season finale. We just all die.
Yeah,
All
right?
right.
I was doing so well this episode.
The cliffhanger is us waking up in a mid bay.
Yeah,
Yeah, right?
you wake up in Skyrim. That's the
Oh god, it's always Skyrim.
Hey,
It's
you're
just
finally
a
awake.
Spanish mod.
yeah.
Finally awake.
You're in an opium den.
Operates a zero-tolerance policy towards
Okay,
infractions.
let me double check this. All right. All right. So he's gonna take one shot at you.
Welcome to our station.
Ooh!
He might have hit. Might have.
Yeah.
What's your hit points?
16.
Okay, you're fine. It still hurts like a bitch, though. You're able to get in, but you take a round to the vest as you're crawling in, and it just punches through the vest. You can just feel the impact as it punches you against the bulkhead before you're able to crawl into the vent. And the rest of you hear the shot go off, and the other one switch out.
They're here. Look around to see if the other ones are still nearby.
Paul,
And you start
is it?
seeing.
Here, go on.
You start seeing the other suit, who started looking back now is looking around, and is kind of moving away from the dock with its shotgun raised.
So what's this? The entryway lookway. So is this just like a big space station hallway that's completely surrounded in encasing, and then there's just a big airlock that goes into the hangar, or how?
Yeah.
What's the?
Yeah. So
Okay,
so it's similar to the last one we had, where there's this big open area, which is vacuum, But unlike the last one where you're just kind of floating there, you actually landed on like a surface, and then there's a dock that but it's exposed to vacuum. And then there's a dock that's connected to the airlock. So you've got this big airlock opening, this kind of like corridor for like moving cargo and stuff like that in and out. So it's, a good, like I said, 20 feet tall. The airlock is only, maybe about 9-10 feet of that. And so it's this big open area. There's some boxes still around, and there's some access panels and such like that, but it's mostly open in that area.
So is it like if you open the airlock, it's straight to vacuum, or is it the same thing like where there's a protective field and you have to cross the field to go into vacuum? You know what I mean?
You have to protect the field. If you open up the dock, which is currently docked to the ship. So if you open up the dock, it would just
I
walk
see
you
what you're
right into the
saying.
ship. Yeah.
Yep, I got you now. Okay. And there's no other like open doors or open locks in this area. This is the entryway to the ship and nothing more.
This is the entryway to the ship and nothing more. Yeah.
Got it.
That's why Steve was able to open up like an emergency hatch to get into the ship from the. He actually opened it up on the ship.
If you had to roughly guess what one of these suits weighed, what would it be?
I can tell you exactly what it weighs. It is a encumbrance of 2, and I believe an encumbrance is.
The access corridor is designated a no-stop zone.
Why am I not seeing this? Let me just do a quick.
Is it less than 900 pounds?
Yes, it's less than 900 pounds. We're not talking a mech. We're talking like a powered,
like an exosuit, right?
Yeah, powered exosuit. Yeah.
Darian, if you wouldn't mind restraining our guest here, I can maybe do something about situation.
Sure, why not? But before he actually goes to restrain him, what Darian does is reaches into his chest to grab the gun that he had.
Mm-hmm.
He already stripped him.
You already took it away.
Did I already? I just totally forgot.
Steve did.
What kind of gun did he have?
It's just a semi-automatic pistol.
Okay, so
I'll give you the stats for it.
Told you I should have stabbed him in the ass.
You know what? Hindsight.
There you go. I messaged you
It
on
would be
Discord.
2020 after you stabbed him.
It would be 2020 if you stabbed him in the ass in the middle of all this conflict. That is perfectly on brand 2020.
Don't push your mic.
Okay. So then now Darian will move to begin restraining him.
Okay. Give me a. Let me see what it is. A strength check. Let's see. Let's actually look at a good check for this. It'd be modified by strength, but
You always just sit there with your blade to his throat or something.
give me a exert check, modified by your by your strength. You're good. Okay, so you're able to the second that Arthur releases the hold, you can hear him start shouting like they're over here as you're holding him, and he's just like, you bastards. I don't know what you did or how you did it, but I'm not going. Let's say if he's struggling, but you've got him pretty held.
So I'm gonna walk around the corner to where I see the mechs.
Okay.
Commit another thing of telekinetic manipulation and start throwing these bastards around.
You're just gonna throw him?
Literally, yeah, just throw them. If they get up, I'm gonna throw them again. I'll do each one individually because it's a different scene of exertion. So I have to drop him, but now I can commit another one to do movement on these two.
It's the
And
same
I'm just
scene.
gonna- Well, it's not a scene based. It's if I want to do another object, I have to drop commitment of 1 and start it on another.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if anything, I can. I think at the very least I can do it to 1. I don't know if I can do it to both of them. I think that would be your call. But
Okay,
I could at least
so-
do it to the one who's looking for us, like the one that wasn't shooting at Steven. I can start at least throw him around.
Are you gonna? Where are you gonna throw him? Backwards, side to side? Which side?
You said there was a bunch of boxes. I'm just gonna like throw him through the boxes. If I see him get up, I'll throw him to the other side of the hallway. Like anytime he remotely starts to collect themselves, I'm just gonna chuck him.
Okay, so here's the scene. You tell Darian to kind of hold on to him. He grabs onto him. You step around the corner. He's got his gun up. He moves towards you, and are you doing like flavor text for me? Are you reaching the hand out and doing it? Or are you just staring at him? How you doing?
I'm doing the backhand, going no, and backhand him, and just with the backhand he just flies with it.
So you just no, poof, and he just flies into the you hit him this way, and he just kind of flies into the boxes. You can do the right side, and just clatters. You could just hear just absolute chaos as it just poof, poof, poof. The metal is screeching against the metal and rock of the thing, and it crashes through the metal and wood of the boxes on there, and just with just the cacophonous noise, causing the other guy to turn around and raise his weapon and take a shot at your direction.
Yep.
He's well out of range, so he's going to have a -2 to his shots, but he's going to take a shot at you.
Loitering is a crime, punishable by death. Please make sure you have authorization before you enter the document.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. Oof. A 0.
he shot his buddy.
That's enough out of you. I'm sorry, go on.
So he pulls up, cocks the pulls the action back to release the shell, the spent casing, and then fires. But when he fires it, somehow the casing doesn't fully eject and just gets caught into the ejection port, and causes the thing to just jam a little bit. So he has to kind of like knock the spent casing off with his hand before doing it. The guns are as old as the suit is.
No. Whoop. I'm gonna take his friend from wherever he's in the boxes and throw him at the other guy.
Okay,
I'm gonna try to hit a motherfucker with a motherfucker.
give me a shoot check for your accuracy of hitting him.
Okay, just a straight shoot check.
Yeah, just a shoot check modified by
Dex?
what is it? Wisdom? What's your
Oh yeah,
your
my
psych score?
wisdom is my telekinetic ability.
Telekinetic score? Yeah.
Do you want me to do it plus my telekinetic level, or do you want me to do it for like a shoot? So it's gonna be this plus 1 then.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah.
It's still shoot, but it's
Yeah. So
8.
That would be an 8. Yeah.
Okay. You don't quite hit him, but you definitely scare him a little bit as you throw his buddy across the way and then like bounce against the bulkhead next to him. Steve, what do you do? Or Darian, you're still holding him. Thomas, you're still booting things up, right?
I'm sorry, y'all. Is his ass clear?
No, because Darian's holding on to him.
Why?
But his hands were up front, so I was assuming that Darian was holding him from the front because he was like this to begin with.
I'm assuming that Darian's behind him, holding him like
Yeah,
like
I
full
was more than
grip.
likely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
he
would more
can't
than
move.
likely be beyond him.
Yeah.
Darian, if you could just shift to the side a little bit. I just need one cheek.
He's gonna hamstring him. Here we go.
I'm pulling out the rope that I grabbed on the ship earlier,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna tie the dude up.
Okay. Give me a work check.
This station operates under a docking reservation.
Plus dexterity.
Ensure you have authorization before attempting to disembark.
Nope.
4.
You're fumbling and you don't really know knots, so it's like you're not really used to rope, so you're trying to do it, but you tie it, and when you pull it tight, the whole thing comes apart and falls to the ground. as you're trying to tie him up. Steve, you're inside the hangar. You can get to your mech, because the way that I envision the Gray Topaz is that the entryway is like a cargo bay, but it's also the mech bay. So so you can get to your mech, but it's going to take you around to boot up, and then around to move out.
Okay.
All right.
Is it going to take the full round to boot up? Because he already started, or Thomas already started booting up the mechs?
Yeah. Let me check the rules, but I'm pretty sure.
I'll start flipping switches and hit the garage door opener.
Yeah, basically.
Come on.
Feet don't fail me now. God, feet don't fail me now. You got this.
All right.
Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay.
Okay. Da-da-da.
Always proceed directly to your allotted
I'm looking at the rules for this. I'm pretty sure I said there was like 2 rounds for full boot up. So yeah, I gave it 2 rounds for full boot up. So it'll take them around to since you already started, it'll take you a round to finish booting it up, and then a round to like move out of the hangar. So normally it would have taken you 3 because 2 rounds to boot it up, and then a round to move out the airlock because you have to get the doors open. But you can go faster. You can try to cut some corners, but you're gonna have to give me a piloting check.
Okay, that's good.
crashes cost. Kill your
Any modifiers or no?
not your ground.
No modifiers for this one. If you fail this piloting check as you're doing it, though, you'll have a -2 to your.
11?
No, you didn't fail
I
it.
think he's good.
Yeah, so you'll be able to get out next round. So you'll be able to like cut some corners, turn some things on, either off that you don't need, because you're like, I don't need a railgun right now. I just need to punch things. So so you don't have access to your gun right away, but you can get out in,
So
in less
I'm
than
sitting there flipping switches, warming everything up. I hit the garage door opener, open up comms real quick again. I'm coming, boys!
All right. As you're saying that, you all hear over comms.
Why are you so bad at this? I figured after so many years you would be good at this sort of thing.
Unsanctioned.
And you see Stella step out from around the corner because she's been following you back. She walks up to one of to the guy who's got the shotgun, who's going to take a shot at her.
No.
As she's running up she's casually walking, but really, really fast. She's doing that really awkward like walk, but it's like long steps walk. So it's just like quick walk with long steps.
I can't believe it's iRobot.
Yeah. Nope.
Can't say I didn't see this one coming a little bit.
Okay. So she takes a round but still continues to move forward. And when she gets forward, she actually tries to disarm him when she gets there. But before she can disarm him, it's up to you, Arthur. You already threw the one guy who's on the ground. Are you going to still moving around him, or are you going to? How about the other guy?
I was gonna. Like, are they closer to each other now? Like, when
They're
I
right
missed-
next to each other. Yeah.
Can I just like bash them together? Like,
Give me
Just
another. Give me another. Shoot
same
plus
roll?
wisdom. Yeah, same roll.
it's gonna be, yeah. It's that. So that's same roll.
Yeah. Same roll.
Yeah, it's the same result rather.
Same result. Okay. So this time you actually
Actually, one
smash
less,
into
yeah.
him, so they bounce off of each other, and so the one who was standing is kind of losing his balance a little bit as he does. Thomas, what are you doing now?
All right, so these two dudes are still up. We still got problems. Darian is still tied up trying to hold this dude. I'm gonna stab him in the knee.
Fly smart.
I see the ropes fall away. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna stab him in the side of the knee.
God, I thought you were a pacifist.
Who is this guy? Where did we get him? Oh, never trust the shy ones. Never.
Darian, for the record, I'm sorry for being a bad influence.
Why?
All right,
I
give
just don't
me.
understand it. I'm already holding it.
So much
As
for
I'm doing
mechanic.
this, I'm screaming, "This is for betraying the order."
Oh right, I
All
forgot
right.
he was also a follower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So give me a just stab roll. Give me a stab roll.
Do I get a modifier since he is restrained?
Totally should get a bonus for rule number 2, just saying.
+2.
Rule number 2 advantage.
Roll 2 advantage. Rolling.
11.
11
Yeah,
and
you
2.
hit him. Yeah, you hit him.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Okay, this is. Darian's gonna be pissed. You're all gonna be pissed.
Does he stab Darian in the knee?
No.
I did not kill him by stabbing him in the knee.
Oh, come on!
There's no way.
Is it because of the shock damage?
Yes, it's because of the shock damage.
Do you know how many arteries there are? in the knee?
I didn't get shock damage.
I did
You do.
everything.
My shock damage has to exceed 15.
No, that's as if it's AC does.
If it's AC is if it 15, his AC is 10. So you get
yeah,
shock
so
damage,
you get the shock damage.
So at most it's 3 hit points.
which is his entire HP.
Yeah.
You did this. This
I've
is
got
why
14 and I'm a wuss.
Yes.
but these are
you're also stabbing
non-combatants in the
people in
first
the ass
place.
willy-nilly. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
you've been through war. You've been through at least 2 battles with your mech.
At the very least, you've watched the History Channel in color.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are literally non-combatants. They had no health to begin with. Why do you
Yeah.
think we took down
If
2
he tries to
guards
get
with
away-
guns before?
We
Yeah.
have 4 people and mechs coming. No, I'm gonna snick his kneecap and then burst his femoral artery.
That's exactly what happens. You say, "This is for betraying the order," and you pull out the knife and you stab it into his knee, and it just starts splurting blood at an impressive rate, and he quickly just passes out in there. He's not dead. He's just at 0 HP. So unless you do some
Well,
serious
he's also not
medical,
running now.
Rule. Okay, what is it? Rule. What are we up to, Steve? What rule are we up to?
5, 6.
5.
Yeah.
Rule number 5: don't stab hostages when they're restrained, especially ones we need living.
Yeah, Darren at this point is pissed.
You see him. You feel him go limp in your arm, in your grip. That's what you do, Darian.
This isn't my
Darren,
fault.
Darren is now clearly and visibly frustrated at this point. Thomas, I do not expect any forgiveness from me today.
Help, Arthur.
No.
Woo! All right. Now we're gonna cut back to Steve. You're up. You're able to step out. You see Stella about to just haymaker this dude who's off his balance. You see another dude who's one of the other suits is just kind of flat on the ground, with Arthur just kind of like pointing at him like with a flat hand like that.
Yeah.
And you hear as you open up your cockpit, you're able to like pick up the sound of Thomas screaming, "This is for the betraying the order!"
Are there any other combatants that are still up and combat effective?
There's the one that's Stella. She hasn't punched him yet, but she's about to.
Uh,
Just
okay.
Stella is not a combat droid, so you don't know how effective she is going to be when she punches this dude in full power armor.
So I whip up my railgun, and
Oh, God.
as I level it, I mutter to my mech, "Hey Betty, play something I can beat these guys' asses to." And I fire off a round.
Let me find
You're
some.
firing a railgun at like basically point blank range against a dude in like an exosuit.
Yeah.
God,
Ow!
not for long.
We need to have a conversation about overkill.
Here we go.
No,
Underrated?
no. We have to have a conversation about stabbing hostages in the knee.
Yes, 1, then 2. We have an agenda.
Any modifiers, Paul?
It's
I don't know if he knows I'm there.
he doesn't know you're there. That's no modifiers. You get your assassin ability. It's an automatic hit.
Oh god.
15 damage, AP 15.
Okay.
Shoot him in the butt.
Okay. The round is probably about the size of about half the size of its body. So this is what starts playing. I'm gonna put this in chat in the Spice Must Roll Discord chat for you. That's the song that's playing right now as you fire. I'm gonna play it for everybody else and describe this.
Oh god. I can see that.
Oh god.
And right as the music drops,
Oh,
you
God.
fire. And it just there's a puff of like shrapnel and a little bit of red mist as as Stella gets thrown backwards from the concussive impact, and the other dude you're holding is thrown forward, like towards you, and like skids in front of you. His mech basically being able to survive from that impact. And as Stella is like kind of falls to the ground, is prone, and as the dust clears, there's nothing left there. You fired a projectile, this damn near the speed of sound at this thing, point blank. It's just dead. It's just missed.
Does the round ricochet?
No.
Does
Roll
it
me-
stop before it hits vacuum?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's
Roll-
the damage to the floor?
Roll me a
God.
shot check there, Steve. Shooting. If it's greater than 6, it went through the hull. Not of the
God.
ship, but of the
Oh
station.
shit.
That's not good.
I have a
Yep.
Oh.
So as the bass starts pumping in your mech, you realize that. So the thing is that there's no like explosive decompression. It's not really like that. It's more like you start feeling the air quickly starts to vacate from this hole, and you all feel like the pull of the pressure. It's intense, but it's not like you suddenly get sucked out. It's like you can feel the air being sucked out of the area around you. It's like kind of a wind is blowing towards this gaping hole in the docking bay that used to be a mech.
How big is the hole?
It's the size of a person. It's like the size. It's like
Everybody get on the ship now!
We got to get past the hole.
I'm gonna. First point of order: the dude I'm having in control. He either plugs the hole or he goes through the hole. It's one of the two.
roll me a shot. Roll me a shot.
Oh god.
I will take time to like put him over it and be like, yeah.
Yeah. If you take the time, it'll take you a little bit longer, but it'll reduce If you're not doing it quickly, yeah, you can do you can do that. But
Like,
you
I just want to make
also-
sure, like, I get it. Like, I will be walking and moving, but he either is gonna go through it or he's gonna plug it. It's one of the two.
If you do that, here's the rule. Okay.
That's
Okay, it's fine.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's fine. So, like I was gonna say, if you just took your time, you wouldn't have to roll, but you would also have to take a check for losing oxygen quickly.
oxygen, yeah.
Yeah. So you just quickly just like pick him up and just plop him there, and his body is now his gun is somewhere in the distance. You don't even know anymore, and he's just sitting there with like one arm stuck in the hole, his other arm is out. And he's just kind of flopping around a little bit. It's vacuum proof, so he's actually not like he's not feeling anything. He's just kind of wiggling around like.
The fuck is happening? Who the fuck are you people?
Drop concentration on him, basically, and be like, sorry, hope you get 3. Tap him on the head, and just walk onto the ship.
Yeah, he's about waist high now as you walk
Yeah,
in.
just like tap, and be like, sorry about plugging you with whore, but it's fine, and then just gonna walk onto the ship.
So Steven sits there and strikes a pose and raises his fucking gauze rifle and goes, "Today was a good day. I definitely broke out the AK."
So Darian, you see all of the celebration. You're currently holding your limp target you were supposed to bring back alive in your hands.
You still have your thing on, by the way. But
Yeah,
so so Darian is gonna start, going towards the ship, clearly still visibly annoyed.
You have do you have his body with you, or you just
Yeah, I
just
do.
left it? Okay.
"Oh,
So it's at
Wait,
this
you're
point.
carrying him off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have to deliver him. What the fuck?
Well,
I was gonna
he's not
do a heal
dead
check
yet.
first and see if I
Well-
could at least stop the bleeding.
I was
A
gonna see
tourniquet
if
is a
Stella is
horrible
better
thing.
at it.
Here's the question: Do
I
you
think,
let
like-
Thomas try to fix him up after he
No.
stabbed him in the knee?
No.
hell no."
Stella,
Okay, so yeah, after all the celebration, Steve and Arthur, you both realize that Darian is carrying the dying body of a dude who we were supposed to capture with a gaping wound in his knee. And Darian looks visibly pissed as he's running inside, and Thomas is following after him.
wait, what happened? What happened? Everything was under control. What happened?
Be aware of oncoming traffic.
I will speak to
panicked.
all of you when we get inside.
Wait. Thomas, did you stab him? Thomas, did you stab him?
I was trying to free up Darian.
Is he still holding the knife?
Yes, he's still holding the knife. It's blood all over it.
With my last
I'm just
point
like,
of concentration, I want to grab the knife from his hand and lodge it into the ceiling, like of the station. Like
You don't
I
have a
don't
knife
let
anymore.
go. Pop.
No, he can shake you off of it if he wants to.
900 pounds of force, just
Yeah.
like I'm just like
If you don't let go while he's doing the 900 pounds of force straight up, give me a. You're gonna break your arm. That's what's going to happen. So if you don't let go, give me a.
I'm letting go.
Okay.
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy.
All right. So you let go. And it just sticks up there. You guys get back into the ship. Stella looks like she just took a round of shotgun pellets to her entire body. So she's got some exposed wires and such, but she's doing all right. She walks in, grabs the figure from Darian, grabs Charles from Darian, and goes,
Loitering is a violation.
I will ensure he does not die. This is a lot of money. You do not want to lose all this money. Because Thomas McConnell can't keep his knife in his pants.
Darian just hands him off, clearly having no more patience for humor this time around.
okay. So she grabs him. She runs off much faster, like actually runs this time into the medical bays. As you guys get into the ship.
unconnected Stella. She's funny.
I redock my my mech and
Close the door and everything.
Betty, you can cut the music, thank you. And promptly power down systems, lock everything back in place, and hop out of the cockpit.
Darian's at this point moving towards the bridge to start, getting the ship ready to just launch.
Okay. There's nothing that's stopping you from this. You're able to undock pretty quickly. There's no one really bothering. You still see the sirens going off though. Like there's still like a warning about taking off. It doesn't say you can't take off. It just says hazard warning for when you're taking off.
Is there anything on the scanners or on the sensors?
Give me a notice check with your wisdom. Yeah.
7.
Okay, so the second, are you going up to the bridge as well with Darian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Darian's going to the bridge, and it's like, Arthur, you're going up with Darian. Okay, so you when you both notice that Arthur, you check the scanners, you realize there's a fleet of ships parked outside of this that's heading its way towards the
Like, is it close enough where interception is 100% guaranteed, or is there enough room that Darian could might get an idea?
Darian might get an idea. It's heading inbound to the station.
I will relay this to him again, Captain. There seems to be some sort of fleet on intercept course with station.
So then I'll just go around them. Thank you. And Darian just completely just dismisses the entire statement, just getting ready to just completely, manually pilot the ship from here on going forward.
Okay. So as you give me a pilot check for piloting out of here. It's got to be better than a 6.
Oof.
Nope. So you're trying to do an emergency startup sequence, like get everything going, and you hit the wrong switch because it's been a while. Yeah, you can try, but it's only a +1 if you assist, and it's only 1 assist.
Okay.
So you hit the wrong switch, and you try to start it up, and it just goes. No, you don't assist. So give me another piloting check. You wasted like about 10 minutes or so of doing that. Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna play it out like this. You start trying to flip everything on, here and there. You're hitting the switches, and finally it goes. And you're like, piece of, and it starts up right as soon as you smack it. So. You get powered up and you're flying out of the dock. What do you want to do now?
So at this point, Darian is going to use the opportunity to this is like an asteroid base, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to then take where they are now, and in comparison, just completely dive straight down.
Okay.
To try to avoid anybody that's coming in on an intercept course.
Okay. Give me a piloting check. Is anyone else going to try to help out? No.
Probably not.
Okay.
Steve?
I don't have a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fly straight down. Now let me see the ship rules.
Yeah,
for this.
I'll assist.
Okay.
There you go.
You assist. Let me find the rule. Okay. So can someone give me a program check for the ship?
I say Thomas.
I will do that.
+2 because you're on the ship. So
9.
9. Okay.
9.
Let's see. So plus an additional +2 because you're Or no, -2. So yeah. So let me give them a quick check.
Not to be tolerated. Obey station law and enjoy your stay. Fly smart. Fly safe.
Where are you?
Inside the
There.
docking bay.
Okay.
Oh.
So you manage to start diving down, but you almost instantly get a target locked on you. As it doesn't seem to be they're out of weapons range, but they're acquiring a target lock on you as you're flying down.
Okay. So then what's gonna wind up happening is that when Darian sees that we're about what would be the equivalent of like 100 miles away from the actual
Yeah.
base, he then starts to go towards the base as if going under it.
Okay. So you're going down and then trying to go around the base, using the base as kind of like cover.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Give me another pilot check. Okay.
My rolls are awful today.
Are you doing it with int or dex?
There wouldn't be any difference.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay. So you're finding like you try to pull hard up to try to get like a little different angle, but you're just having a hard time getting it. So you're making a much wider turn as you're doing it. You're able to do it, but you're just going much wider. So you're exposing yourself a little bit more. They still have target lock on you, but there's no, but then they're approaching, but they're still not within range. Give me another program check, Thomas.
While he's doing that, could I attempt to boost the engines?
Yeah, you can give me
It's a int fix check against
Yep.
aids.
That'll be an 11 this time.
oof.
Much gooder.
Much
Do I get any
gooder.
mods for this?
Much gooder.
Nope, 7. So close.
Okay. So all right, nope. So you seem to slip the target lock as you're turning it. Something that Thomas is doing is helping throw off the target lock. And you try to boost the engines, Arthur, but you don't quite.
Yeah.
So now at this point, Darian, you get a comms wave from the ships.
Darren answers.
On it, you see a man who is very, very official. Clean-cut uniform, medals. It's white with gold trim. Man looks like he has a very chiseled jaw, lighter skin, crew cut, very stiff. As he says, "This is Admiral." What was his last name? Adrian. This is Admiral Adrian of the Farron Mandate. You were ordered to power down and give over any and all information you have relating to a Charles Mason. A Charles Mason.
The Farron Mandate, are they the ones that hired us on this in the first place?
Nope, it was the Xeno Empire.
No.
So
that's
north
right.
is the Xeno Empire, and the south is the Farron Mandate, and between them is the Core Free League.
Poor fleet.
Okay, so Darren immediately begins to answer and goes, "Are you gonna try to kill us?"
I don't want
Clearly, visibly annoyed.
Done of it, yeah. I don't want to. I just want any and all information about Charles Mason. We heard he was on that station, and he's a flight risk at this point. He's wanted for crimes against the fair and.
He's not running anywhere.
He's bedridden.
So Darian, without powering anything off, I'm gonna use a perform here real quick.
Okay.
Nah, it's not gonna work. Oh well, we'll just roll with it. So Darian completely just, he's done with it, everything. He's gonna go ahead and say, all right, you wanna know what? Fine. There's 2 guards dead on that station. It's nothing to do with us. You can look at it. If you still want, you can come back. We'll stay in the area. That's it. Take it or leave it.
He looks visibly confused and goes, "What does this have to do with Charles Mason?"
Apparently they were with him. We were looking for him too. That's it. That's all I know. Just completely done.
Okay, give me a. He kind of says, "Gives me a moment," and let me do his.
I'm expecting him to roll higher here.
Nope.
Oh my god.
He comes back on and goes, "You are the Gray Topaz with the tracers, correct?"
Yeah, that's us. It seems like everyone seems to know us.
You're registered with our our markings when you sign up with the tracers. It's standard procedure that we take all tracer information.
Well, that's news to me.
Yeah, it's not something we publicly talk about, but it's the way we can make sure that we don't shoot the wrong ship, especially if they're working for us. Your check out. I don't know about your job, but it seems like this has nothing to do with us. Hopefully you find him. We're just looking to arrest him. Just note that there's a hefty bounty on his head right now. If you find him or any information about him, we will pay you up to 30,000 credits for the information.
So Darian, seeing this as an opportunity, goes, all right, well, I do know something because it's related to our contract. Seems like the Xeno Empire wants him too. That's as far as the only thing we know.
The Xeno, how do you know the Xeno Empire is involved?
Well, someone seems to have contracted us from a unknown source related to the Xeno Empire, it seems.
Huh. Thanks. You're free to go, but one moment. And it takes a few moments and transfers about 10,000 credits to your all's account.
Nice.
Thank you for the information. Your aid to the Farron Mandate is appreciated. Fly safe, and if you have any other information, contact us. There'll be more like that coming.
Appreciate it. We'll be off now.
All right, and you fly off. You're able to avoid. With the end of the second arc, well, I guess technically third arc of the Gray Topaz, we'll pick it up with the end of or the beginning of arc 4 / the end of arc 3. So congratulations, you've all leveled up, so you all can
Yay!
Woo! Because you leveled up after the first episode, right? So
Yep.
Did we have... I thought we leveled up a couple times. Wait, do we start at 0 or we start at 1?
Sure, one.
Yeah,
We started at 1. We've only leveled up once prior to this.
Yeah.
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 Level
So you're
3.
level 3 now. Yeah. So, congratulations. That is the end of season 1 of Gray Topaz. I will say there are machinations happening in the background, which we'll do. I'll do a. I think what I'll start doing is in episode 0 will simply just be the faction game for Gray Topaz. I've been meaning to do a faction game thing between arc 2 and arc 3. But since Arc 2 fed directly into Arc 3, there was really not... I was like, So I'll be doing a faction game to say why the Farron Mandate showed up at Badger Station. and what's been going on in the universe while they've been traveling to. Because each for those of you guys who don't know, and I'll post that on the YouTube and such. There's the faction game is a specific thing where uniquely to Stars Without Number, where you can play the background of the events that are happening in the universe between each of the factions, and you can figure out that'll affect what the PCs, the kind of jobs they have, and the universe that they're in as things happen. So, for instance, the attack on what was the name? On the planet that you guys visited, that was a faction game thing that generated the first major contract you had after episode 1, where you had to go deal with that. So, all right, so let's talk favorite moments of in this case favorite moments of the season. Let's start with Darian, since you're the last one, or Mark, since you're the last one to introduce yourself at the beginning. Do you have a favorite moment of the season?
Honestly, I think my favorite moment of like this entire season probably would have been just the whole crew's dynamic at this point. Like it became something as like everyone was so stiff at the beginning, and then they just kind of just like it's like a misfitted like band of idiots by the end of it.
Yeah,
Fair.
very.
It was Cyclone. I think you were the second to last one. Or yeah.
So I really liked the beginning, being this reluctant captain that didn't know how and didn't want to lead, bringing together this band of misfits because of the ship's choosing, right? And our very first mission, we've got Crane Boy whipping a nuclear reactor like a fucking fastball special here. All we needed was the thing to turn into Wolverine and scream, "Hey, hey, hey, barrage!" and it was game, right?
Yeah.
And then by the end, it's like we're all kind of like Mark was saying, we're all kind of like understanding and grasping what each other is capable of and what we're doing. And then just when we think we're comfortable with one another, we just totally throw a curveball. It's like this shit just happens. Okay. But yeah, that's. I don't think one particular moment. I think just the overall feel of the two.
Wolfsblood, what is your favorite moment from the season?
I think my favorite moment of the season now is actually the microcosm that we had today with Arthur using the guy to plug the hole, because that's what we're doing. We're running around from disaster to disaster, just putting our finger in the dike to keep it from flooding.
Yeah.
And that's the entire crew.
True.
Tomic?
So Arthur, well done. You summed up the entire season sticking a dude in a hole.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I think most of the stuff I thought about was all the things around the rules list. So I think the rules list has to be my favorite. Because like the very first thing I thought of was Thomas throwing a nuclear reactor, episode 1.
Yeah.
That was literally the first thing I thought of, was going all the way back to there. That just kind of, because Thomas comes out as this, I don't want to talk, I don't want to look at you, I don't want to interact with you, and we're like all going guns a-blazing. Then all of a sudden this dude out of nowhere just beep, 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 boom. And
Yeah.
like, it was like one bad roll away of like murdering one of us. Like,
But did
immediately.
Darian die?
We haven't let the cancer develop yet from the radiation.
Yeah. It's not been long enough.
Yeah, but he starts to sprout a third arm under the, you know.
There was like a whole part of me that was just like, you know what? So we are gonna end on a death today, and it's probably gonna be Darian killing someone.
Somebody in the crew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas murdering someone with 3 hit points, stabbing him in the knee.
I mean,
Yeah.
that works, but like for the record, you guys finally got to see Steven's dark side as he like solid snake 2 dudes and then drove a rail round through someone and the
Yeah.
goddamn space station.
Definition of overkill. We went.
Steven went from the silly quirky sniper to this dark figure, and everybody's like, okay,
Yeah.
well then.
We went from killing a guy with a knife to the knee to literally killing a guy with a bullet the size of the guy.
Yeah. I will say my favorite moment in this season, I guess we're summing up kind of overall, is the progression, but it's the progression for me in terms of how you all have interacted with the universe. Like, you started off with being like, oh, we're going to go do mercenary things. And then the second one was we're going to go investigate. Now we're fighting psychic elephants.
That was out of nowhere.
And now we're kidnapping a dude who's screaming about conspiracy theories and outrunning an entire fleet. This is just normal now. This is just us. And it's kind of like you guys are kind of falling into the role of the Tracer, which is just kind of like, we're going to give you impossible tasks that we expect you to achieve, and we're going to give you lots of money for it. So
We also have the whole Darien thing of, there's this guy going, there's this whole big conspiracy of like the whole, there's stuff going on. If you take us now, it's still gonna happen, and you're still gonna be a puppet and all this. He's like,
Yeah.
Are you paying me? If not, shut up. Like,
I don't care.
I don't
Pay
care
me.
about exposition. Just give me my money. Like, we send the one guy who's probably not curious about anything he's saying to go negotiate.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's kind of the point. Like, the FMC.
That's the hilarious thing about it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing about the FMC is that you know there's a whole thing. They started off as just kind of a minor faction in my mind, but then as you guys continued to fuck with their affairs, and began to like, oh, okay, FMC gonna be the bad guy this season. I get it. So, and you have yet to, and this is your first taste of the Farron Mandate and the Xeno Empire. You guys have had some dealings with, as well as the undercurrent of home with Minerva and her children. So get a little bit in there. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed this season finale. We'll be coming back to this group here in hopefully by the end of the year. The next season is going to be season 2 of Star Trek Vasquez, which will start in March, the beginning of March. So we're going to have a couple of weeks off. I'll probably still be streaming, but we won't be doing the RPGs for those weeks, just kind of our off rotation. Make sure you're following all of these wonderful content creators and their locations. And like I say every time, hope to see y'all again soon. But if I don't, hope to see you someday in the black. There you go.